Hello guys, what's going on? This is Platinum 476 and today I'm going to do my first touring of my personal daily driving vehicle, the 2015 Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT in the red vapor trim level. I picked up this vehicle way back I would say, last year, 2021. It was October last year. Picked up this vehicle. It was only 58,000 plus on the odometer. I traded in with my old 2011 Laredo Grand Cherokee. By the way, awesome vehicle. Very first Grand Cherokee that I ever owned. But ran into some problems and decided to spend something that I really wanted instead of working on something that would give me more problems later on. I think the previous owner of that vehicle, it was only one owner. Don't know, male or female, but it was in bad condition. We're talking about like nooks and crannies. There was one mirror visor on the passenger side that was cracked, but when I first serviced it over at the dealership, they replaced that. But other stuff, like, not too much a problem to be more focused on other than the overall maintenance. But towards the end, I ran her down. I used it as my rideshare vehicle when I did Uber Eats, and then my last company that I worked for was DoorDash. And all of those three entities, before COVID, I was racking up a lot of money, and it really helped pay off my vehicle. And other things that I wish I didn't get into, but I had to give her away. So I traded that in and got this one instead. So without further ado, let's go and dive right into it. So again, this is a red vapor edition. There's been a couple of cosmetics that was changed on the vehicle. One thing that it was added on, and before I get into more details, there was two owners on this vehicle. One of the two, don't know who hooked this up, but it may be a little bit of both. But whoever hooked this vehicle up did a great job, and that's what I'm going to get into right now. So the first detail that I've noticed is the SRT badge that's on the driver's side right near the forward collision sensor. Not bad. Me preferably, I wanted to get a illuminated SRT badge that I can put in the middle here. But for now, this one, I can stick with it. What you will get in the red vapor edition is the black accents around the bottom vents of the bumper. You get a gloss black finish on the grille, and you get a blacked out Jeep badging. Difference on this Vapor Edition is that one of the owners had deleted the Grand Cherokee badge that you usually see here on the side. It doesn't matter what trim level, and replaced it with the SRT badge. Another badge that one of the owners added is this 392 Hemi that's right near the fender flares, and it's pretty much the same thing on the driver's side, as you can see here. What's also added is the vinyl black accents on the hood where the hood vents are, and additionally the blacked out rooftop, as well as the antenna shark fin. as you can see there. Obviously, you can see it's a whole moonroof, so it definitely blends in with the black accent. Coming around, also added is the blacked out tail lights, only on the main instead of the reverse lights. And as you can see there, another blacked out Jeep badge. What's also different when I first picked this up is these two dual exhausts. Originally doesn't come stock with this, but one of the owners decided to delete the resonator, which is the muffler, the mid muffler on the Jeep, and straight piped it with a boiler attack system, which is pretty awesome. Because when I first picked up the vehicle, and this is it was in Connecticut. Right now I'm here in Jersey, and I was trying to look for a 2018 Jeep SRT, but wound up going outside because here in Jersey they like to tax the hell out of vehicles and mark up prices. So I decided, what the heck, let me get out of my comfort zone and look somewhere else, and I pick up this bad boy in Connecticut. So when the dealer first started up, I was blown away by how beautifully this extremely loud exhaust system sounds. So I'm gonna give you a nice preview. So let me go ahead and press this button twice. Yeah, that is really loud. I do my best discipline myself when I'm in the neighborhood, so that way none of the neighbors will get mad at me. But overall, I love it. Another thing that was added on is this red decal badging that's already imprinted or embossed on the tow hitch cover. I haven't used the tow hitch cover yet when I first picked it up. I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna use it anytime soon, but honestly, I'm glad I have one, just in case. And I think that's pretty much it. Interior wise, I'll show you after I'm done out here. The last thing I added on to this Jeep is this 6.4 liter Hemi badge, which I think it stands out pretty good. Oh, another thing that's different in the Red Vapor package is these rims. These rims do not come originally on the Red Vapor. The Spider Monkey rims, I believe, started when they first had the SRT 8 2012 Grand Cherokee, and ever since then it continued on, I think, until 2016 when they decided to change the overall appearance of the rims. But these rims I love so much. It stands more aggressively for this type of Jeep. But the Red Vapor edition originally has the, I think, 4 or 5 spoke rims that come across it. It's all gloss black, I'm sorry. Gloss black. These, obviously, it's not gloss. This is matte finish. And honestly, they look way better. And I'm glad one of the owners decided to change them out. So what comes standard on the SRT trim is you get these Brembo brake calipers. Back here is 6 piston as opposed to these. There are giant 4, I'm sorry, I mixed it up. Those back there are 4 pistons. These up here are giant 6 pistons brakes pads, and they work awesomely great, I would say. Anytime soon, I believe I'm gonna have to change it out, but they have decent padding so far. Not bad, not great, but it's enough padding that it will stop this Jeep. I'm riding on Parada Spec X tires. I might change it out when the treading is really low with Toyo, I believe. Yeah. Oh, I think this is the brand right here, Yokohama. Yeah. But yeah, I might change out with Toyo tires after the treading is worn out. But these treadings are pretty good. I love them. And it does its job during the winter time. Being that winter is almost approaching, so these would definitely get me through it. But other than that, yeah, this is the overall exterior. And let me give you a nice 360 walk around before we get into the interior. And man, I'm telling you, the first time I drove it and looked at it, I fell in love with it. Long story short, there was a couple that was looking into this vehicle as well. And when the dealer first told me about it, I was like, no, I have to definitely get my hands and take this away from you guys. And there you have it. I definitely have it, and I'm loving every minute of it. So, all right, let's go ahead and dive right into the interior. So what else added into the interior is the Vapor SRT decal in the rim of the door. And you also have one on the passenger side, as well as the rear driver and passenger, as you can see here. What comes with the red Vapor trim package is let me see if I can, there you go. You have the Alcantara suede inserts with the leather seating, as you can see here. You also get red stitching on the door panels, and red suede in between. You also, I think you get, yeah, right here, red stitching on your steering wheel. Also red stitching underneath this cloth cover, the armrest. It's on the side, goes all around, left and right. And finally, red stitching on your leather dash, which I think is a cool feature. You also get a embossed and printed SRT logo on the seats as well. Oh, the coolest thing about this, at night, if I ever get a chance today when it gets nightfall, but it's about like around 5 o'clock in the evening, so it's gonna take time. It should light up because it's almost getting dark. It's cloudy right now, but nonetheless, I'll see if it gets a bit darker throughout this whole video. But what's cool about the red Vapor trim package is that when you turn this on during the night, the SRT logo illuminates, so it's a backlit steering wheel. You'll also get this on the night edition. I wish, honestly, doesn't matter what trim level you get for the SRT, I wish there was an option that you can add this on the steering wheel. But they only had it for the limited editions, which kind of sucks. But at the same time, I'm glad I have it. I'm glad others were able to attain it for this type of package. So, yeah. What you also get is the Harman Kardon, I think, 19 speaker. So you get it on the door panels, you get it in the middle of your dash. You also get it on top of, on the opposite side of the mirror as well. I think right here on the roofing. And there's one speaker in the back, way back inside the trunk, and one on top on both sides. So it gets pretty loud. And there's another one there on the back door panels. So it gets pretty loud in here. Decent audio quality, but honestly, can't beat Bose. I don't know about Alpine or the Beats that they have on the Dodge Charger and Challengers, but the Harman Kardon, it sets the tone, and I love it. What you also get in the Red Vapor edition is also standard, which is the carbon fiber trimming. And the downside with these carbon fiber trimmings is that over time, when you leave it underneath the sun, the UV rays comes in, and bam, this happens. Yeah, this is a no-no. And I wish, honestly, at the time that FCA was around and the SRT team would have put a lot of thought instead of using adhesive. I don't know why they went with that direction. And I honestly wish they would come something else, like a clipping or just one piece that would just tack on, especially right here. You got, if I can reach there, this part peeling off. Also on this corner on the passenger side, and as well as at this corner right near the vents, which is very upsetting. I wouldn't say upsetting, but very disappointing. I wish there would come something better. This is definitely a design flaw, but I've heard that many of the owners or previous owners that had the SRT models or trim levels would go through a dealership to have an extended warranty to replace these, and these do not come cheap. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, in the comment section below, these are $200 a piece, which is not bad if you have the money. But at the same time, I don't think any car owner should spend on something which is that it's not their fault on paying for, when it's the manufacturer's fault for having such a design flaw. So yeah, that's what I'm dealing with right now. Also, downside, you have this gear shift. It grows on me over time, but at the same time, I don't like it. I like the traditional gear shifts that they had starting from 2011, even before 2011, when they had the 2008 and I think through 2010 Grand Cherokee. This one they introduced 2014 up until 2016, I believe, and decided to refresh the whole features with a traditional gear shift. So for this particular gear shift, you literally have to click, go one indent, and then it returns back to the center, which is really disappointing. But if I wanted to shift, I can use these paddle shifters right here, which I rarely use because for one thing, I'm not very comfortable, but I learned over time how to use these paddle shifters just by listening to the RPMs, how much it will usually go, and then when to actually upshift, or if I'm in a downhill, I would start downshifting to slow the vehicle down when in a decline, or ascending I should say. But in an incline, I do the same thing and then start upshifting. But hey, I'm still learning. What else feature you also get is the cruise control. And this is not only for the SRT trim, you also get it on the Limited, the Summit, and Overland. The base model, I don't think you'll get this, but for any higher trim level, it comes standard with these. Instead of holding your phone, you also get a Uconnect Bluetooth system that you would usually connect here by just pressing by touch of the screen or pressing right here. Normally I have my phone over right here, so I'll just put my phone there and just start pressing while I'm driving. I know I don't, and it's against the law. I don't recommend no one doing it, but sadly a lot of people do it. They would call or use the phone while it's in their hand and while they're driving, which is not a good thing. But if you have one of these and then you have this feature right here, I would definitely recommend using it hands-free. It saves everybody's life. Another thing that's added here when I first picked up the Jeep is this SRT logo. I thought it was a rough finish, but it's a smooth finish. Blacked out. The cup holders illuminate blue, as well as all around the buttons, and the door handles as well. So I think that's pretty awesome. The only difference is that I think starting 2016, you'll have, let me show you right now. It's like yellow or orange. This one, it goes blue. This goes blue as well, but they changed it to blue, which I felt, I don't think it was any reason. They should have kept the same color when you started. But yeah. So far, I'm loving this vehicle. Right now, as I said before, it was 58,000+ miles. Now I am at 72,458 miles on the odometer. So, not bad. When it comes to gas, it sucks. We're averaging about, 13 city and 19 highway. If I put it on eco mode, I would get at least 20, maybe 22. I could be wrong. I mostly get 20, honestly, if I put it in eco mode on the local. For highway, I think it stays the same, 19. But yeah, gas on this thing is horrendous, and that's something you got to live with. If you want